Hey everyone, it's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards, and just wanted to share with you and show you some of the pickups at Strongsville and some of my impressions on the weekend. It was a fantastic weekend, probably the best hobby weekend I've ever had. It was just filled with friends and cards and conversation and laughter and good food and just a really fun time. And I want to thank Chris from Missouri for really being the spearhead, the mayor of Strongsville, as we call him, but really being the catalyst that got everybody together and interested in coming to the show. And just the fun that we had together was just amazing. To see some of the pickups that the guys had and to share in their joy was really the highlight of the weekend. To see some people really getting some of their grail cards and just some of the really good finds, and that was a lot of fun. And I want to start off and thank Matt at the Card Story. He gifted me this wonderful Eddie Matthews 1953 Johnston cookie card. Just so thankful for that. Matt, I really do appreciate that, bringing this card. Just a spectacular addition to the Eddie Matthews collection. Just really happy with that. No one makes cookies like Johnston, but just a spectacular card. Just overjoyed to add that to the Matthews collection. And then Warren D. and Clee. Look at this. A 54 Redman Tobacco with the tab. And so I have one signed by Matthews with no tab. I have one with no tab. And then I have this one now to add. And he put in a couple of extra cards in there. So Warren, I just really appreciate this. This is, again, just a highlight of the weekend for people to be so generous to gift this 54 Redman Matthews and this Johnston Cookie Matthews. I just a little bit overwhelmed and just so thankful to add these to my collection. I want you to know there'll be a special place in my collection. And then previously, through Mike Moynihan, I bought a couple of autographed cards, paid for them a few months ago, and he delivered them on the floor, and got this real nice Hank Aaron game used jersey, and a bunch of Ralph Kiner cards, which I was really happy to get. Just some autographed cards from Kiner, some really nice ones. So I want to thank Mike for delivering them, and we were able to save on some shipping and handling, which is nice. Another Hank Aaron game used patch jersey, and I really like this Ralph Kiner Hall of Famers. Just some really nice stuff. And then also a Willie Stargell game worn jersey, Pops 38 of 79. So happy to add those. Thank you very much, Mike. And David, one of our YouTubers on trade night a few weeks ago, we made a trade. This Don Drysdale in a PSA 5, 1958, and I traded him a 1960 Eddie Matthews, also in a 5. So a nice trade that we were able to make, and through game night on the YouTube community with 4 collectors, and we were able to meet each other there at Strongsville and trade our cards. So real happy to add Don Drysdale into the collection. And then Darren, a return to collecting. I'd mentioned on trade night that I'd like to buy this card from him, and he gave me a very generous offer, so really happy to add this 1959 Hank Aaron to the collection. It's the first Hank Aaron card from the 1950s to be added in there. So I want to thank him for that. And then Don's Field of Dreams had brought some cards, and I was able to get this really nice 55 Bowman Al Kaline off of Don. Bought that from him, and just a really nice card. Starting my K-line run, I have so many of them, and that'll certainly be a big piece of it. And as well as this 1964, really nice Al K-line, really nice center, just a real nice card. So I want to thank Don for that, and it was nice meeting him as well. And then everybody knows that I'm a big Eddie Matthews collector, and I needed this 62. And I want to thank Brian Hodges, for tipping me off on this. We were eating lunch together, and I said, boy, I haven't seen a 62 Matthews. And he pointed me to the right table and was able to make a nice deal on it. Didn't pay sticker price, but real happy to add this 62. And a little bit off center, but boy, they're hard to find, these 62s. And so real happy to add Eddie Matthews 62 to the collection. And then this as well. This is really one of the cards I was really looking to find, is this nice 1955 Bowman Eddie Matthews. Just a really sharp card. And so happy to add that to my collection. And of course, I was looking for the 53 Bowman Matthews and Warren Spahn. I found them, but the prices were just a little bit more than I wanted, and I'll keep looking and waiting. Now, I really spent a lot of time at the dollar boxes. I mean, I spent a lot of time because I didn't have a whole lot of money. I had a lot of trade, and but I spent some really good time at a dollar box, and I made a really nice deal with this guy. And it's for these 1962 Green Bay Packer cards, Bart Starr. And you can see that they are pretty well loved, as we like to say. And Jim Taylor. And these cards hold some real significance for me. And as well as this Paul Hornig. And these cards are really significant in that when I was a kid in the 1970s, probably at a garage sale, I had picked up these cards, a lot of Packers cards from the 1962 set. I was born in 1962, and I really liked the look of the cards, and I can remember having these cards and was really happy with them all through the 70s. Well, I went in the Air Force in 1981, and I spent 13 years in the service, and at some point, these cards got lost. I have no idea where. And they were pretty much in this type of condition too. Pretty, you can see they're creased on the corners, and but there's no creases across the card. And so I was so happy to find these cards. It's almost kind of like refinding your old cards again. Yeah, these aren't the exact ones, but they sure do remind me of the ones that I did have. So I was so happy to pick up these Packer cards out of a value box, and what a great find. Really, really happy to add those. And then speaking of value box, I spent a lot of time there, and I wanted to show you some quick cards I picked up. Like this Juan Marichal. Look at that, just really nice. I really talked to the guy for quite a while. This nice Ted Simmons rookie card. Pretty off-centered, but it's something you'll find in a value box. This nice, beautiful Al Kaline 73. Nothing wrong with that card. That's nice. And here's another one, this Rich Gossage rookie card. Got a little ding on the corner, and off-centered, but what a nice card to find there. Here's one of the beauties I found. This Al Kaline 71. Take a look at that. I mean, it's off-center, but boy, oh boy. What a clean 71. Really happy to get that. McCovey. Nice McCovey card. I didn't keep a really good list, so I ended up with 2 McCovey cards, but from different dollar deals. So just real happy to pick up some of those type of cards. And also, with one of the dealers, it was kind of funny. He had this card, he didn't have it in his display case, and he said it bothered him so much because of the off-centeredness. And he gave it to me for a really good price. And believe it or not, I got this 1957 Don Drysdale. Now look at that. It's really off-centered. I'm not a big off-center. I'm not a big centering freak, but it does kind of bother me a little bit. But I got this Don Drysdale 1957 rookie card for $20. $20 for this. And I think that was a pretty good deal. So happy to get that. And I traded for this, a nice 66 Sandy Koufax. And that's his last card, his last regular issue card. So real happy to get that. Picked up a nice 71 Burt Blyleven rookie card. Again, got this in a trade as well. Real happy to get that. These here were a couple more of the value box finds. Some people may not like this, but, that Reggie Jackson, a 71. And he had it for $5, but I think after when the value box price came up, he knocked probably 30% off. So, I might have bought this for probably $3.50 or something. But a nice little Reggie there, and again a Jim Hunter. Again, nothing great on these cards, but I like them. Nice 71 Steve Carlton card. Again, it's a 71, pretty beat up, but I like the cards. And then one of the places I found these 1955 Bowman football cards, and really nice to pick up a few Packer cards from that 55 Bowman set. Nice Tobin wrote. Pretty clean cards. So I picked up a few of those. And one card that I did buy that I kind of regret after I bought it. I don't want to say I regret it, but it's this Warren Spahn 51 Bowman. And it has nothing to do with the grade. It really has to do with, I think I could have found a little bit better of a specimen. As a matter of fact, I did find a better card on the second day, but I really wanted to get this 51 Bowman Warren Spahn. And I'm happy with it, but I think I could have done better. And that's just the way it is with cards and going to card shows. I don't regret it, but I kind of wish I would have waited just a little bit longer to make that purchase. And I know one of the previous guys I talked about, a guy from Detroit that had a lot of slabs 20% off. And I talked to him for quite a bit, and he gave me a little bit more than 20% off, but I was able to get this really nice 1970 Reggie Jackson, a second-year card, as well as this 1968 Harmon Killebrew. And also, I picked up this Phil Negro, 1968 from him. So I was really happy to do that. And I know he gave me a little bit more of a discount. And I think I even did a little trade with him as well to bring the price down a little bit more. And another card that I traded for, which I was real happy to get, is this Al Kaline 1956. And again, with the dealer, we made an even up trade. And so I was real happy to get this 56 Kaline. And really, the last card I'm probably going to show you, this came from Ash's table, which he had a spectacular table. And I was real happy to get this Steve Carlton rookie card. Fairly well centered. And I'm working on the 65 Hall of Fame set, and I have the Catfish Hunter and now the Steve Carlton. And I think the Joe Morgan is the last really big rookie to get in the set. And I've got a lot of Steve Carlton cards. I'm going to have to take a look. I'm probably getting somewhat of a run going with his cards. And so this kind of serves two purposes, the 65 Hall of Fame run and the Steve Carlton run. And this is probably one of the bigger rookies in that 65 set. And I got this from Ash's table, and I'm trying to think. Somebody had been there just a minute ago talking, had made a purchase, and he knew he was a YouTuber, and we were talking, and he kind of asked me, so are you a YouTuber? And I said, yeah, I am. And I got a really nice deal on this card here from him. And I think that was in the showcase for about $140. And believe it or not, I walked away with this card for $105. So probably the best purchase that I had of the day. I also bought some cards from B. Roth, a 1968 Don Drysdale, which is already in the 68 collection. I bought a 69 Ernie Banks from him, and that is also in the collection. So I was real happy to get that. And then I have this nice cards I got from Darren, Return to Collecting. Real happy to have that. He's a really nice guy. I got to spend some time with him and talk. Super guy. I got this card from the Four Collectors signed by Theo. And Sammy Thunder was there, but Sammy tried to sign it, but it just wouldn't take. And so I'll catch up with Sammy at the National, and maybe Pepino Man and John 3D 80s Kids. But just a really great weekend. Had so much fun with everybody. Just a great group of guys. And looks like I'm getting a phone call. Let me cancel that. But just a great group of guys. Just really had a blast with everybody. And it was a great weekend. Strongsville is really just a great show. Try to make it next year if you can. You won't be disappointed, that's for sure. But a little bit of a long video here. Just wanted to share my cards from Strongsville, and I'm just really happy with these 1962 cards. They're kind of ugly, but it almost feels like I am able to reclaim a little bit of my collection. And you know, it's not about the grade for me. I mean, part of it is, but you know, when I cover that up and I look at that Carlton card, and boy, it sure does look nice. And yeah, it's got a little bit of corner wear up there, but that's a nice card. And so many of us so many people focus on the grade, and I understand that, but it's really all about the card. So everybody, keep collecting, enjoy the hobby. For those who are at Strongsville, it was just a great time to meet you. For those who weren't, I hope to see you at the National or at the next show that we're at. But keep on collecting, enjoy the hobby, guys. We'll talk to you later.